We're back. And we're back, starting with an apology and a little bit of a disaster. Big bit of a disaster. Which I think is something that happens when you're a little bit new to this and you don't remember to put all the checks and stuff in place and you haven't got everything quite right. We've had our little problems with sound. I think those were like little issues. Maybe you had to turn the videos up previously. I think the balance is fine now. Long story short, we lost an entire episode. And I can't get the game back to where it was, so I'm going to have to tell you what happened. Basically, what would have been episode 12. So I'm going to bring this out as episode 13, and there's going to be no episode 12, but I'll bring you up to speed what happens. I can't really replay it because I don't have a save point at the right place. So basically, I recorded it incorrectly, so it only recorded my face. It didn't record the game footage. It's game sounds though, so maybe I will edit in some sounds as appropriate if it makes sense when I'm retelling you what happened. Yes, so apologies about that. I'm going to put some checks in place. I'm making myself a little list of everything to double check before I start hitting record. Probably normal stuff that everyone else has. I'm also going to make sure I create an individual save state every time I pause between recordings, so that if anything goes wrong, I can go back to where we were and I can at least say, the recording went bad. I'm going to walk you through what I did before so we can all experience it together. So apologies. I hope you forgive me for that. The annoying thing is actually we did make a little bit of progress last year. I say we, I did. You weren't there because I didn't let you in. So we have made a bit of progress. I'll try and talk you through what happened. I've written it down and I'm recording this episode sooner than I would have done. I was going to do the next one tomorrow, but I'm doing it now while it's still in my memory. As much as it can be in my memory. Okay, so the main thing that happened last episode is Mantavani. Let's point at her. She's here. We got a little tick by her. See, we resolved her mystery, her case. And in doing so, we made the seance-o-meter tick back another one. I didn't think we would. When I started to get into where she was, I was like, we can't make her not come to the seance, which is what has been making the seance-o-meter tick down a bit. What is that machine called? I can't remember. Because she is running the seance. But essentially, we went to her room. We found a couple of things on her table. We started the episode by I was like, okay, I'm still going to look at shoe sizes and stuff and see what's going on because that's our only lead at the moment. And in going in the rooms, I think some things in the room do change depending on times. So I do need to make sure I'm double checking stuff. I don't think I missed stuff. I think it changed. I'm not entirely sure. I may have missed this. Anyway. We went into a room. We found a weird box with like a sigil-y pattern thing on it that we couldn't resolve. It was similar to the one we found in Miss Dean's room, Evelyn Dean's room, in that it was just the dots, but not the lines between them. And it was impossible to resolve without the lines. So we thought, okay, maybe something will give us the lines, whatever. So there was a lockbox. We also found pictures of her family, and we found essentially the contract for her to do the seance and a large amount of money. And Ward, our character, was like, this is an awful lot of money. It's like, I'm being paid a lot of money to do this investigation, but this is way, way more than I'm being paid. So we went and we spoke to her. And we were able to form a hypothesis which resolved her case. And basically, we reasoned that her magical powers, her kind of mystical abilities are what are killing her. Just taking too much out of her. And her doing this seance on Sunday will kill her. And she knows that. She has very few regrets. She said she had a wonderful life. She made her own choices. She's very happy to die on her own terms. But her sort of one regret was she spent basically as fast as she was earning. So she never really gave anything back to her family, which was a small, quite a large farming family back home. So she gave us a schedule that allowed us to get into her locked box, and the locked box was full of money. And she said, please promise me you'll send this money to my family. And we said, yes, we will. And basically we trust the character Ward will do that. He seems a straight up guy. So that's kind of how we resolved that. Conclusion: I've collected Miss Mantovani's funds. I'm going to ensure they get to her family. I could probably ask her about what's next. This was the sigil that she gave us to unlock her thing. That was the main sort of thing we achieved in the episode that went missing. Now, we also eavesdropped. So we've moved into the next day, or the next hour, sorry, and we eavesdropped on McLeod and Lau again. McLeod is the woman who has powers, but they've kind of disappeared a bit while she's here. She's the Scottish woman whose accent I can't do. And Lau is her accompanying her person. Didn't get a lot out of the eavesdropping particularly, but what we did get was continued tones of some potentially romantic frisson between them. Again, I'm having to do reading between the lines here. It seemed more from Lau to McLeod, but I'm sensing something there. I might be making it all up, but I think there's some yearning there. We also eavesdropped on O'Finn, who is the kind of druid, kind of self-identifying druid guy, talking to Varley, who's the hotel manager, and he was like, hey, I asked my associate to come here before I even arrived and said, will you make sure there's a forge set up for me? And Varley said, well, I didn't get that message, and also we don't have a forge, so what do you want me to do about it? And O'Finn was like, well, then how does, what's his name, Hunter? How does he make his horseshoes? And apparently Hunter goes to a town nearby to get his horseshoes. So that's what we got out of that. Don't know if that's useful, but that is some information we gained. I don't think it went into the, mystery matrix. That's basically it, I think. We got some shoe information along the way, like some people had small shoes and so on. That is the main thing that we missed. So, sorry, I've been talking at you for 7 minutes. I hope that was helpful. Oh, we also spoke to Hisham about her vase thing. Yeah, here we go. So we asked her about the drawing of the vase. It's a particular vase. I wrote it down. The vase of Netanesbo. So we've been tasked to research the vase, maybe in the library. I don't know what useful that is. She is convinced the vase is in the basement, but she can't get into the basement the same way we can't get into the basement. Everybody, all the cool people want to get into the basement. So I wrote down at the end of the episode that you didn't see, I wanted to do a couple of things. One of them was go into the walled garden because these two are here, and I want to talk to Dupre about his in the last episode you would have seen about his trunk that's got a Ouija board and a bunch of stuff in it. Where is Dupre? He was around here somewhere. Yeah, we want to ask him about this. The spirit board. I don't think they can say Ouija board because I think it's owned by Mattel or Hasbro or something. And I've written something down that's indecipherable. So that's where we are right now. I'm heading to the walled garden. I'm outside of this room because I was trying to get myself kicked out of the hotel so I could see if there was a save point earlier on, and there wasn't. So here we are. We're back on track. We're heading to the walled garden. Down we go. And fingers crossed I won't fuck this up again. I don't think I can eavesdrop on these two again, so that's it. So her, we've resolved. She's fine. The seance meter went down a tick. We did ask Mr. Varley about her, but he was like basically giving us nothing. The walled garden is not this way. The walled garden is out the back. Yeah, so these two spoke to each other. not much we can say about that. Every time I speak to Mr. Varley, he has nothing useful to say. So, off to the wall garden. Gonna speak to Dupre. Hopefully he'll give us something of use. The end. Although not the end. I can't remember if it was in the lost episode or not, but I think I also realised... no, I think it would have been in the episode I saw, but there was stuff going on in the drawing room constantly that I kept missing. Okay, I think they're over there. Ooh. No, you saw the episode where I was walking around in the maze and got a spooky ghost. You saw that, right? Ooh, let's eavesdrop. Here we go.
Oh, Mr. Dupre. I'm almost disappointed. I would stay clear of that one. I have my suspicions about her.
Ooh, who?
Mrs. Darcy. If I didn't know any better, I would think...
Uh-oh.
Can I help you, Mr. Ward?
No, I was just passing by. Sorry to interrupt.
You can help me, though. I'm going to ask you
That is
stuff.
quite all right. We were done talking anyway.
I don't think you were. Oh, and we also need to find Barbosa about the pin. Where is she? We don't know.
Hello again, my friend.
Yes, tell me about this, please. I might also ask you about the Fae. Do you think spirit boards have a practical use, Mr. Dupre? Oh yes, Mr. Ward. Far too often they're dismissed as toys. I've even brought one here myself. We knew that. Is there some communication you wish to make beyond the boundary? My dearest friend, I brought her ashes... Oh, he's not talking to me. My dearest friend, I brought her ashes here to be scattered in her home country, but also that we might speak once more. The spirit board will allow us a few words at least, but this seance may actually allow us to speak to... Well, I've not found her, but no doubt no doubt she's near a place of fire. I've checked everywhere, but I cannot find her. Sometimes I think I lost her to this place, and other times I wonder if she's not speaking to me. But when she sees what I have planned is for the best, too good an opportunity to... Right. Forgive me, Mr. Ward. I lost the run of myself there. Well, have I spoken to you about the fire woman? I have, yes. I have. Have I spoken to you about well scrying? Asking the well for visions or insights. Now, we did find a well with things on it. You saw that, I think. I heard Miss Callahan is a master in the art of well scrying. So I have heard. In fact, I made plans to visit her myself. To be able to show a person their loved ones while separated. What a gift. Now, the urn was in his room, I think. Let's ask about the Fae. We've got a lot of people to ask about the Fae. Can you tell me anything about the Fae? You know, every culture has a name for the things that live on the edge of our understanding. The Japanese call them the yokai. The Persians have the peri. The Russians call theirs leshi, and so on. Each one is shaped by their climates and the reports influenced by human cultures. But I think they're all the same thing. Whatever that ultimately is. Okay, unhelpful, and this is going to be your friend. I don't think that's going to add anything to where we're at. Have we? I didn't ask you about Maman Brigitte, though. Someone mentioned to me that you had an urn with you when you... Whoops. I meant to click on Maman Brigitte. Someone mentioned to me you had an urn with you when you arrived at the manor, Mr. Dupre. Indeed I do, Mr. Ward. It contains a being of true menace. Oh, so it's not your friend. Really? I speak naturally of my dearest friend. Okay. Alright. She'd want her ashes scattered in her home country, you see. I must admit, however, I'm taking my time. I still have hope I might see her one last time before laying her to rest. Okay, now can I ask you about Maman Brigitte, like I meant to? I take it you're close with Maman Brigitte, Mr. Dupre. Deeply, Mr. Ward. When grief is a constant companion, she's there to remind me that both the living and the dead need healers. I'm devoted to her and her teachings. Well, that's been a load of fucking fetters. Yes. You'd be interested in fetters, wouldn't you? What do you know about fetters? Chains, Mr. Ward. Physically, yes. And spiritually. A ghost can no more escape its fetters than we can chains in a cell. Unless, of course, there's a key. Ha! Fetters are impermanent, then. Can they be undone? Oh, yes. Some spirits need simply release their sorrow, like Majora's Mask. Many need help to do so. But some ghosts are chained to worldly objects. In those cases, permanence is likely the intent. You're saying fetters can be made? I've made them, Mr. Ward, though only ever as a last resort.
Not at all, Mr. Ward.
And I don't think you've got anything to add.
Mr. Ward, you've come back to me.
No. No.
That was all. Good day, Miss.
Good day, Mr.
Curses. Well, may as well check the maze while we're here. What are we doing with our lives? I think the sound effects are louder in my ears than they are for you. But they are pretty loud. Okay. Thank God. I haven't ever spoken to you. Right. Hello. Finally, we meet. Let's start from the top. Unusual hair colour. A stark streak of white runs through her otherwise red hair. Celtic cross necklace. A Celtic cross similar to many worn by Catholics in the country. Now, how is this different to Doyle's one, which we had issues with? Because we were like, oh, a circle. Folk jewellery. She has a tan on her skin as if she spent time working outside. Patched up clothing. Her clothes have seen many repairs. Please, let's talk. Let's just open up your mystery file. Because we've got all of this shit that we know about you and we've never met. So Evelyn Dean asked for her guidance in magic and she was like, tear it up, throw it in the bin. Fia's sister-in-law, so Rory's mother, didn't like Fia's tutelage or apprenticeship. Okay. She's a bin dry. Okay. This is something that's going to be important, but let's ease in, shall we?
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
We have not. I'm Declan Ward. I arrived just yesterday, from Dublin. And yourself, ma'am?
Fia Callahan. No need for the formalities. I arrived at the hotel just a few days ago, but I've lived in the area all my life.
She's got like she's more joyful than some of the people.
Ah, a local. A good person for a stranger to become acquainted to.
Oh, I'm not just local. I'm the local Bandri, Declan.
Bandri.
A wise woman. I've come to minimise the damage of this damnable séance.
Okay, Bandri. That's how we pronounce that. I'll try and remember that. Bandri. Okay, so once again, you're not here for entirely positive reasons. You're not like, yay, seance. You're like, seance. Yeah, tell me some more. Let's start simple. I don't believe I've seen jewellery of the sort you're wearing before. Ah, well, a lot of it's handmade. Some of it brings me luck, and some of it protects me. They're old crafts, to be sure, but not soon forgotten. Okay. Let's ask about the Fae. What can you tell me about the Fae? The other folk, you mean? I'd be careful, especially here now. As we near Samhain, the veil gets thinner and thinner. It's not only ghosts that draw near. Okay. Let's ask about the Celtic cross. That's a fine cross you have there. Ah, this is just to keep the priests off my back. Between you and me, Declan, I don't much care for these new gods. Up on high golden thrones? Bah! I prefer the old gods, walking and working the land side by side with us. Cool, okay. That was useful. I will ask about the hair colour. Might I ask how you came to the white streak in your hair? I don't think I've seen it like before. I've had it all in my life. You should have seen me with it when I was a little girl. Some people believe it's a sign of wisdom to be born with such a thing, you know. Now, I can't say for certain that's true, but I do like the idea. Right, onto the well then. Let's start with the actual well, then the symbols, then the scrying. I'll ask... No, actually, let's start personal. Let's start with the Bandre. Bandre. You mentioned you're a Bandre. What's that now? It's like a hedge witch. I offer treatments, both physical and spiritual, to the locals. And I look after the land too. Really though, our land and its people are intertwined, so it's all one. Good. Right, let's start with the well itself. Do you know anything about the well's hedge maze? About the hedge maze as well? I know everything about it. Do you know that the gods themselves would have drunk water from that well? It's been imbued with their power. As long as the water is pure, the land around it will prosper. Ooh, look, that's all. Let's start with the duties. Let's just go off the back of what she just said. Can you tell me more of your duties? What else did there to say? Healing of the land, the body, the mind, and all that. Some veterinary work. Blessings on the land and tributes to keep the other folk happy. The other folk being the Fae. I do the odd bit of scrying for those with the need for it. Ding 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 ding. And I train successors. Or at least I try. Rory's been on and off that path these days. Okay. This is... I don't know how much it's giving us, but... Okay, so you said scrying, so let's go with scrying. I've heard that you've been known to offer people well scrying. What is that exactly? Well, to put it simply, scrying means looking. Looking for answers or... to somewhere you couldn't otherwise see. Wells have a lot of power about them, you know. If you ask a question to one, it might give you answers. If you're lucky, it'll even show you what you're looking for. That's what I do. I ask the well for answers or information. More often than not, it more than provides. Okay. And now the symbols. Give us something juicy. I noticed that the well has been covered in these strange symbols. Would you have any idea what they mean? I should certainly hope so. I'm the one who drew them. Oh, the land here has suffered, Declan. I fear this seance and all its agendas may push her past the edge. That well is a pillar of the land and has been since the time of the gods. If it is safe, the land will be safe. The symbols are simply protective. But I fear all these short-sighted people have left us in more in need of an optician than a healer. Great. So let's... Chimney Charm is going to be good. Protector, Aunt Shadow. There's a lot of stuff. I think let's go with the This is a good combo. It's a meaty combo. I'm going to stick with it. How do you protect something like the well and the water? Declan, between you and me and the breeze, I'm still figuring that bit out on the job. Normally my work is less abstract. A sick lamb or a boy who needs the cure of a bad cough. But the gods wouldn't give me a task I wasn't able for. Right? Right. Let's go into this. Let's go into Rory. Do you think it's hard for Rory, being your apprentice for all these years? It's been a long road, yes. He's been in my shadow since he was small. Even now I worry the little shadow could disappear entirely inside my own. But he can still be a bit in his own head. Tries to think his way through when he should be feeling instead. That'll get you in as much trouble as never stopping to think in the first place. He'll get there. He's just not there yet. Okay, that didn't give me much. Let's go with Chimney Charm before I start badgering you about that. Oh, I found this on the ground. What do you make of it? Well, look at that. I'd imagine you found it in a chimney or under some floorboards. Why are you poking around hard to reach places in your own business, Declan? It's a simple charm. Needs to be close to the person it's targeting. Looks like it's meant to bind a magic user. Stop them from moving or hurting another person, that sort of thing. Okay, that's fine. That corroborates what someone else said about Evelyn Dean and that thing. That's fine. Let's ask her about that, because I guess it seems to be only the Callaghans that are left on that. Miss Quinn tells me her family are under a curse. Ah, so she's one of the Quinns. It all makes sense now. That's a lot of tragedy for one family. But they did visit it upon themselves, at least in the beginning. She seems like a nice girl herself, though. I hope it doesn't get her. We could do with more people like her around. Right, on to Evelyn Dean. Is it true that Miss Dean asked you to teach her Irish magic? Not much gets by you, does it, Declan? The nerve of her. She didn't ask. She demanded. For her attitude alone, I'd reject her, but you just can't learn these things on a course. It's a way of life. A means, not an end. It wasn't the path for her. Okay, that clears that up then. Oh, Odalish Grimoire? Yes. And then we'll look at the map, the mystery map, and see what leads we've got. Are you familiar with this book, Miss Callahan? I am not. I am not. And I absolutely don't want to be. Whatever these sigils open or close, I want no part of it. Is that what they say? Yes. One opens and the other closes. What? I cannot say, but it's old, powerful, and not for trifling with. Okay, I think that's it for now. No, I'll ask her this, because it seems to be so narrow in its scope. And maybe I'll ask Dupree as well. We've cracked through some minutes, but I was glad to do it. Can you tell me about the Tuatha De Danann? The old gods. They're all around us. The hills, the rivers, the valleys. Just below the surface, where the other place can sometimes be found. I like that. I like that when I'm angry with a god, I can go to their house and yell at them. Okay, you have been good. I will ask you about this and then we're going to go. Can you think of anything that might explain the large, ghostly figure on the land? Ah, now they've gone and done it. I warned them that nothing good will come of this seance. It's not a ghost, that's for sure. They only come in the one size. Ding! All this messing has lured some of the fair folk here. Or maybe awoken one of the Tuatha. Ah, don't look at me like a feckless cow, Declan. The Tuatha De Danann. The old gods. Gone from our plane to the other world, for sure. Gone from our plane to the other world, but sure. What kind of god can walk among his people every now and then? Great.
I'll let you go.
You take care now, Declan. And don't forget to get a bite to eat into you. It's going to be a long day.
What do you mean by that? Oh, hello. Who's out there? Tucson! I haven't spoken to you in an age. Right, I'll be right back. Let me just... That's the shortest way to do the mystery map. Jesus. Okay, the jewelry didn't go anywhere. This is nothing. I need to speak to him. Okay, so she protected the well with markings. She's aware of the Fae, and she thinks they've been kind of dragged here. She's a Bondry. I should investigate the well. Well... Was she at the bridge game? She was. Let me just ask her about that. Because I am not making headway with this bridge game thing.
Declan. Aren't you fierce good coming back to see me?
I like her. We were at the bridge game on Tuesday. I was, dear. And a fine thrashing we gave the posh beggars too. Ha! Who was playing? Ah, well, it was myself and little Rory against the Marquess Blake and Mr. Coventry, much to their dismay. The other table was Miss Quinn and Mrs. Lau against Mrs. Darcy and poor Miss Barbosa, who thought it would be fun to play, but was soon set right in those starts. Okay, that incorporates everything.
You go.
You take care now, Declan. And don't forget to get a bite to eat into you. It's going...
Yeah. Okay, back to the bridge game, which is the fight. She wasn't at the bridge game, so why do we keep asking people about bridge game? And why is this? Okay. God, this is going to be a bloody nightmare. Alright. Now...
Ah, hello again, Monsieur Ward. Can I help you?
Probably. I definitely remember wanting to talk to you about some things. Ah, yes, the lucid dreaming shit. Let's do that. Have I asked you about this? No. Let's get the bridge game done, and then we'll... You didn't happen to attend the bridge game on Tuesday evening? I did not. I'm not really one for socializing. Did you find anything more interesting to pass your time? Ah, you are probing. I have something you want, no? Information, perhaps? Ah, I suppose we are friends now that you have done me my favor, yes? The answer is a boring one. I sat the event out. I found a pleasant nook in the northeast corner and read. You do not distrust me, monsieur, though it is the truth. The cook, Mademoiselle Murphy. I had asked her to bring me a sandwich that evening. She can attest to my whereabouts. Cool. Useful. Right, we need to ask the people who weren't at the bloody bridge game where they were during the bridge game. Okay, shared dreams, please. I suspect... Nope, he's not French. I suspect many of the guests are experiencing the same dream. Oui, I am coming to that conclusion, but as yet I do not know the why of it. Is it perhaps an echo of something from the past? A communication? Are we actually trapped in the one dream? If so, ooze. I am working on a lucid dream, but I am not making the headway I would like. I am missing something, but what? Record? I discovered this... Wow, I can't switch from French back to Irish again. I discovered this interesting old record. That might be a good aid for lucid dreaming. Perhaps I could borrow it when you are done. Right, give me more on lucid dreaming. I think we're going to need to talk to Dr. Callahan. Can you tell me more about this lucid dreaming? Ah, les rêves lucides. I have only passing familiarity with the work of Marquis d'Hervy de Saint-Denis. I had to research what I could in the library here to make it myself, and so far I have had little luck with it. Perhaps the record I'm using isn't suitable, or perhaps my technique is otherwise flawed. We shall see. I'm told Madame Lau is a psychologist. Perhaps she would know more, or the doctor. He seems up his alley, no? Okay. Well, she's not there, I'll tell you that. So I guess I'll talk to him about it. Why would he know about the memento mori? Do you happen to know about any unusual deaths among the Quinn family? Yes, I heard it was said that the Quinn family is cursed. But you've met Mademoiselle Quinn. She seldom talks about it, and certainly not for any gain, so I don't consider it any business in any professional sense. However, I'll say this. I don't know about any sort of magic tied to it, but if the Quinns I believe they are cursed, whether they are right or not, it is not without reason. From what I have gathered, the family have been the victim of tragedy more times than they can count.
That's all.
Take care, monsieur.
That was unhelpful. And you are down here. I don't think I have much to say to you, but let's check your mystery map. Nope. Okay. I need to find Barbosa. Like, quite badly. I want to check the drawing room because... I know I'm going the wrong way around here. Because I feel like it's a place we've missed out on in all of our comings and goings. So let's do that. Well, I'm going to talk to him first about whatever the fuck I just said I was going to talk to him about. It'll come to me. Hello.
Hello again, my friend.
Hello again, my friend. Were you at the bridge game? If not, I'm going to ask you about it. You were not. Right, let's ask about this. Have you heard of the Tuatha of the Danann? The old gods of Ireland. Not defeated by mankind, but tricked by them. I always wondered if they lurk about, plotting their revenge. If you are keen, I believe the library stocks a few books on the matter. Unhelpful. Shit, I'm so bad at this. Did you attend the Tuesday's bridge game? Almost, but the lovely Miss Mantovani offered me a reading. How could I refuse? So I skipped the game.
I have taken...
Not at all.
So, evidence. I can double check that with Mantovani. I can double check that with Thingy. I think they're both available to me, so let's corroborate that. Let's spend a couple of minutes corroborating that. I also want to go to the drawing room. The drawing room. And I want to find Barbosa. I don't care about you. Do I care about you? Time's running out, you see. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. I'm going to do Barbosa. I'm going to corroborate while I know where these people are. And maybe also try and find the drawing room. Which I think... Where is the drawing room? Is it here? I think it's here. So I want to speak to you. You'll corroborate to Sont's story, because you were giving her... Oh, you're over here now. Oh, no, you were... I'm so sorry. Yes. To Sant, was with Murphy. Dupre was with Mantovani. So I want to go... Murphy is here. They're both in the atrium. Right, we'll do that first. And then we'll go to the drawing room. Which is not on the map because we haven't been to it. That's why it's not there. What else isn't on the map? Like, what's here? Oh, that's the... That's the ballroom. That's the drawing room. What is that? Why haven't I been through that door? Jesus Christ! How have I... Oh my god, I'm so bad at this game. How have I missed an entire bar? I did say where was the bar. It might have been last episode. Oh god. Oh god. Oh, Mira. I think you're near the top. I don't know. I'm going to ask what your schedule is. So I can at least know where you're going to be. You again? Yes, me again. Just... Where is the... Evidence. I want timetable. Do you have any plans for the weekend? Well, the bar only opens in the evening, so I suppose I need other ways to entertain myself till then. I do hear the housekeeper serves drinks on the patio. Perhaps I'll spend a morning there. When I get bored of that, oh, there's lunch at 1. Starving is less interesting than you think. Miss Callaghans' talk is at 3. Miss Callaghans' talk at 3 seems livable, so I'll drop in on that. He's giving us the whole day, even the stuff he's already done. Oh, yes, I promised Miss Darcy a rematch of pool in the bar at 6. She makes a dull game fun. I didn't know you could misfire a ball that badly, but she certainly managed it. Of course, I won't be missing the ball. Maybe a bit of real fun in this place for once. As for tomorrow, I should go to Mass at 12 and try and absolve myself of some of my sins. Not all of them, mind you. I don't want to be there all day. Actually, I might visit the graveyard after that. Come to think of it, isn't every graveyard visit a near-death experience? Yes? No? Oh, you could smile at least. I suppose I'll be in the bar in the evening, though I've already run 2 circles around the drinks menu. Then it's lunch at 1, dinner at 8. God, it already is circles, isn't it? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, drink. Still, not long until the main event, eh? Even I should try and be sober for that. Okay, so...
I'll be off, Mr. O'Mara.
Don't let me keep you.
He's a bit terse with me, isn't he? So... The bar opens at 4. Okay, so I haven't missed out on the bar if the bar hasn't been open this whole time. Is what I'm gathering. We want to go to the talk at 5. God, I want to talk to you about stuff. What do I want to talk to you about?
You again?
Yeah. I do, but not right now.
I'll be off.
I do, but not right now. I've got people where I want them to be. I've got... Right, you're in the bar. Jesus. Have I been... Yeah, we've done this. Liquor. Yep, game of chess. God damn it. Game of darts. Yep. Staff only. Can't go in there while you're here. Where's the bloody keys? What's this? What's this? Cigarettes. Okay. Alright. That's fine. It's fine. If the bar hasn't been open, and I'm assuming it hasn't, then I haven't missed out. Drawing room, however. Yay, I filled it in. What an idiot, though. Maybe it was locked. Stables. I've gone the wrong way. Where am I going? I've gone the wrong way. I've gone the wrong way. This way for the atrium. Okay. Let's corroborate this evidence while we still can. And then try and get in the drawing room. Hello.
Signor Ward.
Yeah. This, please. Mr. Dupre tells me you were kind enough to give him a reading on Tuesday. I do not know if it was a kindness, more an excuse to practice something familiar. But he is right. I read his cards for him. I hope the reading helps him find the spirit he is seeking. Great.
That's all.
Of course.
Corroborated.
Sir?
Don't worry. Did you bring food to Mr. Toussaint in the Northeast Corridor on Tuesday night? While the bridge game was being played? I did, sir. I remember the time as I was bringing the young master his supper then. Because of that, it was half cold by the time I got it to him. He didn't complain, bless him. I think he was happy he got to stay up a little later. Great.
I'll leave you be.
Oh, all right, sir.
Corroborated. I have investigated the stables. Okay, so if we go to pray, commune with the fire pit ghost. Damn it. How? Right, the drawing room down here? No, opposite way. Down here. By this big sign that says drawing room. Okay. Shit. Well, luckily there's not a lot of stuff I can investigate. Oh my god, it's the guy! It's the guy! The guy! Dr. Callahan, have you been here all day? Let's analyse you. How many things we got? Just 2. 1. 2. Celtic cross tie-pin, a cross in the Celtic style, a sign of his faith mingled with one of his heritage. And raw hands. Raw hands! His hands are red raw, with a subtle but unmistakable smell of a doctor's office. Well, he is a doctor. And we've looked at his spirit camera. But let's ask him about some stuff.
Oh, a new face. You're a little late, but you haven't missed the main event at least. Who might you be?
You look a little bit like you got a growth due to the unfortunate colouring of the thing behind you.
My name is Declan Ward. Pleased to meet you, Mr.
Doctor?
Doctor, as it happens. Dr. Rory Callahan. Very pleased to meet you too. And yes, before you ask, I am related to Thea Callahan. Her nephew and apprentice.
What is quite interesting about this game, which I quite like, is like normally in video games you'll gain some information and then you'll talk to some people. I mean, not all games, but there'll be games where you'll gain information and talk to people, and it will give you a stock dialogue that doesn't account for how much information you know. And so the conversation will sometimes be like, why are we talking as if we don't know stuff? This is weird. But because Ward is an investigator and sort of doing it on the sly, he does just act as if he doesn't know anything. Of course we know they're related to Callahan. We've been in both of their rooms. We've got a whole mystery tree on them. But he's like, oh, who are you? Who are you? And obviously it's going to be the same dialogue, I guess for the most part, no matter what information we've got on him. But the way he presents, it's in his character to go like, who are you? I don't know anything about you. What? And then when we ask questions about the things that we've spied in their rooms or whatever, or the information they've gleaned, he's very coy. He's like, oh, I don't know if you know anything about spirit cameras, do you?
I've taken what she's taught me and improved it through the application of science.
Oh, he's mixing science with the spiritual.
And this weekend, I will prove the value of my approach, once and for all.
Okay. That explains the cameras and stuff. Okay. Let's discuss. We've got 6 minutes and I want to ask a shit ton of stuff. Are you going to be here past 5? There's a talk in here at 5. Okay. Spirit camera. Can we ask you about that? No. Don't think I can ask about the spirit camera. That's fine, that's fine. Let me ask about lucid dreaming. What can you tell me about lucid dreaming, Doctor? I forgot what he sounded like. Funny you should ask that. I have a plan to try it here. I thought maybe it would help me understand these strange dreams. I have a record in my room that I borrowed from the drawing room towards that end. But I keep forgetting to ask the staff to bring a gramophone to my room. They had a second suitable record there, I noticed, should you wish to try it yourself. Oh, and you should use an anchor. Something to focus on to ensure your dream is what you want it to be. A picture of a person if you want to summon your mental image of them into the dream. Or a scent. Or, well, there are any number of things you could use. Even a book on a topic could work. Maybe Miss Dean's journal would work. That's what started me on this course, after all. Good, that's progressed us. So yeah, I'm going to ask him about this. Maybe he'll be like, that's a really cool record, sir. Do you know how much about using music to aid dreams? A bit. I'm actually trying something along those lines myself. In my dreams here, they're different to normal, so I'm going to try and enter them more consciously. It's a technique called lucid dreaming. We may have just spoken about it 2 seconds ago. Minutes. Now he was at the bridge game, so I'm not going to ask him about that. Yep. Yes? Yes. Both Callaghans. Let me ask about the shadow. I don't think you'll like it. Have you been apprenticing under Fia for long? I have. For too long, in truth. I learned everything she has to teach me, but I am still an apprentice. She does not like my modern approach to the role. She believes it distracts me from the work. But to adapt is the work. If only I could get her to see modern problems require modern solutions. What was the raw hands? He is a raw guy. The Fae. Yes, let's ask about the Fae. What do you know about the Fae? Well, the name can refer to a few things. Generally, though, the Fae are thought to be inhabitants of the other world. It's unclear if they can cross over at will or if they're trapped here looking for a way home. They are seen more often in the dark, rural parts of the land, where the cities and towns haven't invaded the land as thoroughly. They are the most real, most present on this plane at this time of year, Samhain. A worry for us as Miss Mantovani and co. undertake to pierce the veil. Aye, might they see this as a way home? Hopefully not. Did we find this in his room? I don't think we did. Did we? No. We do need the Miss Dean connection, so let's... I gather that Miss Dean was interested in learning Irish magic from your aunt. She was. Fia rejected her, though. That's all there is to that. And the last thing I'll ask... Oh, fuck, maybe the raw hands. Forgive me for asking, but are your hands okay? Ha! Oh! Yes, they are. I used to work with chemicals. Carbolic acid to sterilize... I used to work with chemicals. Carbolic acid to sterilize wounds and various others to develop pictures. It has left my hands looking worse for wear, though. Unhelpful. I have to leave.
I have to be on my way.
Be well, Mr. Ward.
Okay. Is this my reminder? Will they kick me out of the room to do the talk? Or will I be in the room for the talk? That sounds like me being kicked out. I'm in the room!
Ciao. Ciao. For those of you I have not yet had the pleasure of meeting, I am Carmela Mantovani. And I'm here to talk about ghosts and all that we know about them.
Okay. Let's do this before we finish the episode up. 31 minutes.
So, grazie mille for attending. Now, I will speak with you about ghosts, spirits, phantoms.
Obviously, it's not going to be 31 actual minutes, but the game is going to suck 31 minutes away doing this.
There is still much we don't know about ghosts, you must think. And this is true. Yet, there is plenty to speak on. So do not worry.
I shouldn't laugh. It's just the silly little coughs we've been doing in her voice.
We do know that not all dead linger. Only those bound to a place, an object, a person stay. Why? This we do not know yet for certain.
Okay, yep.
It is theorized that all spirits are bound, fettered, by an emotional component. Death in a place, obsession with an object, love or anger to a person.
Okay, yep. Unfinished business.
By their nature, they're hard to define. And yet, even in their elusiveness, sì, questo funzionerà. We find them everywhere. By their many names, they are all across the world. There are many formations.
Okay.
Some echo the grief they left upon the world and are blind to the living.
Okay.
While others are vengeful and aggressive, haunting a person or place and causing everything from psychological to physical damage.
Okay. Is this going to help us with the weird thing that dragged Evelyn Dean through the maze?
Regardless, no single spectre has been able to directly communicate.
I'm very concerned about what's going to happen at the seance in 24 hours' time.
But tomorrow night? Tomorrow night we intend to change this.
Okay.
So, what stops them from speaking? Is it a physical matter? No, it cannot be, as they interact with the world in other ways. Blowing papers off desks, snuffing candles, sometimes even striking people. Perhaps the limitation is in their lungs, then. Well, no. Many wail and moan, after all.
I mean, good points.
Could it be they have nothing to say? I do not think so. Many a mystic, myself included, believe that spirits have given us a feeling of things they once said. There is a chance this is wishful thinking on our parts. But I believe so many have felt this, that at least one person must be correct.
Okay.
Maybe they simply cannot speak for themselves?
Okay. This is a long-winded way of saying I'm going to seance the shit out of this.
This we cannot rule out, and is to be my conclusion if our seance does not bear fruit.
Go on.
So, why do I have such hopes for this seance? This I have been doing for a long time. When you invite a ghost to speak with you, there are always limits.
This is the why do I have such hopes is an interesting thing, because she's like, yeah, it's all a bit whipsy wopsy. It's hard, you know, they never really directly communicate, but this is a grand seance and I've marketed it as such, then so why do I think it's going to work?
The strength of the spirit, the skill of the medium, the thickness of the veil. All of these things can make it difficult for a ghost to manifest.
Okay.
We see their forms on occasion. We feel the echoes of their emotion. But these things do not require expense. They sustain themselves somehow. This we do not understand.
I wonder if Evelyn's been used in order to create a spirit that's readily available, perhaps, for the seance.
It takes effort for a spirit to be more than echoes, to make a more conscious connection with the world of the living. This is an age of science, yes? So, let me speak in those terms. We think of ghosts as waveforms, spiritual waveforms. A soul rippling long past the death of its host, its shell. They are in a frequency we cannot easily see. In daytime, they are almost invisible to us.
This sounds like a Dr. Callahan kind of business if he's got his special camera.
At night, easier to see. The less interference around, lights, other people, and so on, the easier still. If you have noticed animals behaving strangely, this is because they see different wavelengths to us, as is with light.
I mean, we did see ghosts in the maze in broad daylight.
The atmosphere blocks the wavelength of light. The same is true for spiritual wavelengths. But at this time of year, the veil, or spiritual atmosphere, is at its thinnest. And then there is you. Those gathered. People attuned to the mystical, coming together to work as a... Qual è la parola? A net, to catch the signal.
I mean, the interesting thing about that is, to your misfortune, is a lot of people are not here to help the seance. Some people don't like the seance. Some people don't have magic and have been lying. Some people, the seance is a secondary reason for them being here. Like, I think Barbosa is here for just to research the land where her family came from. And so on. There's skeptics. So I don't know if we've got the right concentration of people. Luckily, we do seem to be sucking people out of the seance-o-meter, which maybe is the important thing. I think the higher the juice, the easier it's going to be for the seance to let something terrible out. That's my suspicion, which is why when we have a game over state, it tells us how many people we've saved by not going to the seance.
No, that is not correct. Che cos'è? Ah, my words let me down. But look, if you do not believe me, I'm told that crows are a symbol of your Irish death goddess. They are gathering.
They are gathering.
And at night, the dead are roaming. I think they line up for the chance to speak to us.
Okay. Oh.
Imparting?
Waveforms, okay.
A warning.
Waveforms, sorry.
We understand ghosts to be the disembodied souls of the old selves, sometimes less or incomplete as to how they were before. So, tomorrow, when the veil is at its thinnest,
Come on, come on.
mind your words. These spirits were once people. They are the intangible remains. And they will be just as driven as they ever were, if not more.
Cool. The end. Great talk, thanks. Ooh, what a meaty room of people to chat to, which we will do in the next episode. I wish he talked a bit more, a bit faster, but we did all right. Okay, cool. I don't know that that talk gave us much, but what it did give us is access to all of these people at once. Including Barbosa. Right? That's her, isn't it? With the pin. We can solve this right now. They're looking at each other. Okay. Next episode, we'll do this. This one looks like it's saved. Recording properly. It's going to be fine. If not, save state, so on. I'll be back. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you for being patient. And I'm very, very sorry for having a missing episode before this. Hopefully, we're making up for it. Things are connecting, but time is running out. So I'm getting stressed. I cannot believe there are entire rooms that we missed out on. But we're here now. So thank you for your company. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.